You ever get told to get out of your own pool, not by your mom, not by a cop, but by three strangers in matching polos with clipboards who act like they're running the DMV out of your backyard while you're eating a popsicle? Yeah, that happened. I wish I was making this up, but this is real life with the HOA, where common sense goes to die. And Saturdays are for compliance walk-bys, not barbecue. It was one of those Saturday mornings where the sunlight just makes everything look a little too honest, you know? The tile was glowing blue. I'd finished skimming leaves, and there I was, half dunked on the sun shelf, earbuds and losing myself in a small claims court audiobook. 2 years back, I was the guy making rib marinades and playlists for friends. Now I can quote municipal code and recite case law like I'm prepping for a bar exam nobody invited me to. That's what living under this HOA does to a person. You study up or you get steamrolled. About 3 chapters deep into habitability versus harassment. My backyard gate clacks open. No knock, no hello, just 3 silhouettes strutting in with the confidence of mall cops on Black Friday. Out front, a narrow guy with a beard and pebble sunglasses, they screamed, borrowed from my brother-in-law. Flanking him, 2 women, all in matching navy polos, with their names Calder Bev Tamsin engraved in shiny plastic like it means they've got backup from the Pentagon. These are the types who measure grass height with a ruler and shame you for watering your lawn at 6:31 instead of 6:30. Calder the bearded wonder plants himself poolside, hands on hips, talking like a middle school principal. Pool use is restricted pending board approval. I'm going to need you to exit the water. I just squinted at him over my sunglasses. My board-approved popsicle was melting. Bev clicks her pen, sharp and dramatic, like she's scoring my violation in Morse code. Unauthorized modification, sir. Pool resurfaced without proper architectural review and duplicate. She says duplicate like it's a threat. That's news to the contractor, I say, water rolling off my shoulders. The resurfacing was approved last January. See that fancy tile? I've got an email thread longer than a Minnesota winter. But Calder ignores all that points to my umbrella, a beige thing on a weighted stand you could push over with your foot. Non-conforming shade structure. I just tell him, that's called an umbrella. We use them for sun. Tamsin holds up a laminated temporary stop-all-use sheet, glistening like they licked it before coming in. You need to exit the pool. I let out a slow breath, not even mad yet, just tired. You're trespassing, I tell them. Still polite front doors that way. You can wait on the porch while I get your paperwork. Calder's jaw locks. We have authority under the CCNRs. I ask him, show me the clause. Says you can walk in my fenced yard with no notice. The police will want to see that too. That gets their attention. Bev stops mid-click. Tamsin shifts her weight. Calder clears his throat. We can call our boss, he says. I place my popsicle stick right on the sun shelf. Might as well save it as evidence. He calls Trent their boss with the energy of a sub asking for help during a fire drill. Hey, Trent, we got a situation: unpermitted pool use resident refusing to comply. He puts Trent on speaker. This voice comes through thin, sharp slices like a bagel. This is Trent with Scotia Management. Who am I speaking with? I tell him. You've got the guy who pays the mortgage. Name's Jonas. Trent, doing his best robot, says the HOA board has directed an immediate pause on pool use pending an investigation. If you refuse to exit, we'll document the violation and call the authorities. I say, what investigation? Trent recites. Multiple complaints, noise, unauthorized gatherings, improper fence barrier. I laugh. I've got 3 neighbors. One's a retired piano teacher who bakes bread, one's a paramedic who works nights, and one's the HOA president who's allergic to smiling. Take a wild guess who filed multiple complaints. Trent just says, we don't disclose complainants. Please step out. I tell them, absolutely not. Also, your boss is a vendor, not a cop. Your own contract says owners get notice, and only for stuff visible from the street. Calder finally takes off his sunglasses, tries to see my angle. Don't make this a thing, he almost says. I save him the trouble. I'm getting out on my schedule. I'll print the approval, bring you copies. You wait on the porch, or I'll call 911 for trespass. Tamsin bails first. Let's wait on the porch. They shuffle out, gate clacking behind them. Suddenly it's quiet. You ever notice how certainty buzzes in the air? I grab my towel, open the camera app. Thank you. Surprise lawn inspections. Save the whole encounter, label it. Trespass 11:02 a.m. Then I print every approval highlight. Every approved, just to be petty. Print the permit from the County Green Pass sticker and all. When I open the front door, the crowd's grown. Now there's 5 of them. A 4th polo young guy named Jared and a white-shirted, wire-rimmed guy with a lanyard. Trent in the flesh. Thank you for cooperating, he says, brittle PR smile. Didn't I reply cheerful? I hand him the highlighted approvals. He scans blinks, loses his mask for a second. We'll need time to review. Take all the time you want from your office. Next time you come in my yard, I'm calling the cops. His eyes go cold. If you feel unsafe, call 911. Great, I will. And right then, the HOA president appears Royston. Straw hat, tight face like a sitcom villain's cousin. He asks, is there a problem? Not to me. He and Trent have a tense little conference. Royston talks about many complaints and suspending privileges. I remind him, no privileges to suspend in a private backyard. That's the clubhouse Royston. He hates hearing his name unless it's on the signature line. Royston puffs up. I'm the president. We can call the police. You should. I say I want a case number. Jared dials 911. Never thought they'd do it, but they do. Cops show up 2 cars deep fast. The officers look at the crowd. Look at me, you can tell they're bracing for YouTube. Everybody take a breath, the older one says. I show my ID, show the footage, them walking right in, waving their laminated sheet. The officer says, this is a civil matter. You don't have authority to enter a fenced yard. If there's a violation, send a notice. No emergencies, no entry. Trent tries to object, but the officer says, you heard me. Royston's face sputters. I throw out one-liners, instantly regret it, but it feels good. The younger cop chimes in. If you come back in his yard, he can press charges. Trent calculates. We'll be in touch. Looking forward to it, I say, and I mean it. After they finally leave, Royston lingers. You won't like where this goes, he mutters, sounding more tired than tough. Go home, Royston, I tell him. He does. You'd think that'd be the end, but that was just the intro. Here's the twist. I own the house where our HOA president lives. Yeah. When I bought my place, I picked up a second house as a rental. Did the math, hired Sable, my bulletproof property manager. She picks Royston as a tenant, quiet on time, keeps things tidy. I didn't realize the same guy pestering me about my barbecue grill was now running the HOA, targeting his own landlord. That clicked only after the pool drama, scrolling an email from Trent at the direction of board president Royston. That's when all the puzzle pieces locked in. So I call Sable, tell her the story. She pulls up the lease, and there it is. No harassment, no nuisance toward neighbors or owner. No misuse of association privileges. Now, I'm not out to weaponize paperwork, but sometimes it's your civic duty to remind folks the rules cut both ways. I do a walk by 2 streets over, leash in hand, just to see. There's Royston's straw hat by the door, vanishes when he spots me. No mistake. The next week, it's a circus violation. Letters, amenities, suspensions, emails from board member Charlotte, apologizing in whispers, and finally a spreadsheet of fines for everything from umbrella violation to front porch chair. It's a paper war, and I keep every page. Then city code enforcement knocks. Pool barrier complaint, they say. I show the inspection pass. They apologize and leave. My neighbor brings warm banana bread and whispers Royston's telling everyone you built the pool without a permit. This is real life, not reality TV. I decide to fight on their turf. I write a letter to the board, copy Trent, cite every bylaw, the state law, police report, even mention that the board president is, well, my tenant. Conflict of interest in bold. No threats, just facts. ICC, the City Council liaison for flavor. People act different when someone in a suit is watching. Saturday emergency board meeting open session. I walk in gray t-shirt jeans, file folder in hand. I don't grandstand, just hand over my file. One by one, other owners speak up. A nurse with video of staff trespassing a teacher cited for her welcome mat. Then Royston walks in late, hat in hand, avoids my eyes. Charlotte, running the show now, asks Trent straight up, "Did your staff enter Jonas's backyard?" He admits it. "We thought we had authority." Not the question, Dev says. "Did you enter?" "Yes." "And you called the police?" "Yes." "Police told you to leave?" "Yes." Charlotte announces management is suspended from entering fenced yards without notice, effective immediately. All Jonas's fines and violations rescinded. Special election for a new president. Royston's face crumples, but it's done. And me, I serve Royston his 30-day notice right to his door for harassment, misuse of authority, police involvement. He doesn't believe it at first. But when he files for a hearing, claims retaliation, tries everything, he loses. Judge asks, "Did you get proper notice?" "Yes." That's it. 6 days later, sheriff supervises his move out. He leaves a mess of violations and a sad, taped-over fob. After a rumor campaign pops up, Sable handles it, city investigates, all clear. Royston slides a last note under my door. "Undo the notice, call it a misunderstanding. I'll stop about your pool." I let silence answer. He sues for the deposit. I show the receipts, he loses. The city penalizes the HOA for abusing 911 launches training. The board turns over neighbors, breathe easier. We hold a barbecue with Know Your Rights flyers and extra banana bread. Last thing I find on my porch, 5 laminated temporary stop all use signs and a note, uses coasters. R. And you know what I do. Balance restored, for now anyway. But I gotta ask, when do rules protect us and when do they just protect the folks making them up? Drop your thoughts below. Ever had to fight for your own backyard? Let's hear your stories. And hey, stick around next time. I'll tell you what happened when the HOA tried to ticket my mailbox. You're not gonna believe it.